Yu Ling-woo will lead things off, followed by Yi Zhen Wang. Chen Xuan Chang is batting in the 3 spot. Jae Huang Chen is the cleanup hitter. Yi Swan for Czechia. Victoria Panova. Lucy Cervenkova and Kamila Grislova left to right in the outfield. Teresa between time. Here we go. Yu Ling-woo to lead things off, and Wu has defensively been outstanding out in center field. And we know that this sport is very statistic-based. 2 hopper to short. Nice soft bounce over to first just in time. But I tell you, boy, Kochevova had to makes a big difference. 3-1 pitch, ground ball, fielded easily by Skardova for out number 2. So a good focus on one diamond. Although I see the manicure in the mall. That one's lifted up to the gap and trying to track it down. And what a catch out there made by Victoria Pamova. Emily Kalchevova that'll lead things off, followed by Katarina Holubsova. Lucy Cervenkova in the 3 spot. Grislova rounds out the 9 for Czechia. Defensively for Chinese Taipei, Yu Ting-lin, Yu Lin-woo, and Zhu Ting. See a highlight like that in the first inning, you know you're in for something good. Ground ball, backhanded but knocked down, but that's all, as you could tell. Kochevova was going to make that anyway. I don't think they would have had a play.
It's crucial to be able to get a bunt down when you've got no outs and runners on.
That one bounced and bobbled, so just like you said, a little bit of trouble defensively for Chinese Taipei, and batting the 3 spot, so she's probably not there for her bunting ability, but she squares and gets one down. Still no play, so an excellent job on the part of Cervenkova to get that bunt. Bunt attempt, it's a beauty. This is going to be a tough play, and there'll be no play. So great squeeze executed by Elga Hanam. And field back now. Runners on the corners. Pitch out. Runner's going to go. Throw down and not able to slap on the tag. So I thought that defensively that was good execution on pulling that out. But 3-2. That one's driven out to center field. Locked under it is Wu. Makes the grab. Runner tags and for a great slide in the 3rd. So played in probably the highest level as far as intensity goes in a game, as Chung gets a leadoff walk. And you know that pressure is stars in this tournament, in my opinion. Working with a 1-2. That one's popped up and it'll be playable. Good job rolling over is Rosova as she records the first out here and there. But sometimes really is about challenging the hitter and going right at him. That one down. So 2 walks in the inning. Have 2 on, 1 away now for the right field. So you have to, as a hitter, you have to make the adjustment. That one taken the other way for a base hit. Runner's going to round 3rd, throw home, not in time. Runner scampers over, and Chinese Taipei.
It really does play a factor in your head too when you're on the field.
Swing and a miss. Runner goes down to throw, and they tag the runner out at 3rd, getting a little too lenient, and they dodge a bullet.
So that actually is getting her hips turned already a little bit, giving her a little extra power when she does swing. So that's interesting to see from our perspective.
Well, you're right. I don't think I've seen that as she works a leadoff.
Especially in Oklahoma, too. You have
slow roller. Picked up to 2nd for 1. Not in time to complete the double play, but like the fact that they cut down the lead runner.
Feeling better. The ball's tighter and really hitting that outside corner.
Change up, and that's poked out just over the glove for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Grislova. Keeps the inning alive. First time, or once you field that first ground ball, as that one's poked up, going to be a tough play over the glove. Rounding 3rd. Throw's going to come in, not in time. So Czechia adds to their seems more likely than anything else. I don't think it would be a discipline thing or whatever, but that one hit up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Another run scores. Runner's going to take liberties to second base.
Lineup, and you have maybe a loss in a good player, but a pinch hitter coming in can still get 2 runs batted in and continue this momentum that they've started. You earned it.
Right. That one jammed, going to be a tough play, but a good job by U18, and they finally get the final out. So it was just a pinch hit and a re-entry, as that's a one hopper nicely and right into the glove there of Kochevo. Delivers a hit and an RBI. So another one hopper bobbled, regroup, throw in time. So a good job to stay with that by Cabo. Scardova seems to have settled in a bit, and good job to knock it down, and a flip, and second clean inning of this ball game for that ball right back to Ma and over to first. So an easy out for the first one of this inning. And I think a good example there with Ma is that she looked very comfortable fielding, and that one snaggled by Lynn at second base. A line drive that things that, normally the old school way would have said fundamental, and she shoots one up the middle for a base hit. So nothing wrong with the batting stance there, nothing wrong with that stroke, and a 2-out base. A little odd, but the finish is pretty much fundamental. Up the middle, it's going to be a tough play, and throw over in time. So some great range there. I told you, U18, she can get the job done. First inning, and went off the left fielder, right into the glove of the right fielder. This time, slapped to short. Over to first, out number 1. So good contact.
Some extra thinking for you.
That ball lined out and again, but running in is Pomova to make the grab for out number 2. So a good line drive from Chang, but again, right at it. Similar to the way they'll do a baseball diamond where there's some turf, ground ball to third, snapped over 1, 2, 3 innings. So Czechia and Scardova seem to baseball, and there are a lot of people that think that that's great. As that one's lifted up, going to be trouble, but a great job going back is Lynn. Get back to that spot where you think that ball's going to land and make the grab. That's nothing except single and score, and then single and score, but this time not the case. So they finally solve her on the 5-3. Put out a clean inning.
Nothing to.
No, you can't blame it on the rain this time. As that one, a slow roller, and going to be a flip over just in time. And I'll tell you, Ma had great speed. She almost beat that out. Effective, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out with Chin. Pops that up. Call for it right away, Kabova. 2 outs.
That's a good point, Lance. Have you lost a little? Keep something low. Change the speed, get her weight going forward.
Ground ball, fielded, and to first in time. And I like that because a great job by Kalchavova to square up instead of try to go.
Again, the trickiness of the field with it drying.
Well, slappers, when they slap, that's a regular ground ball. Nice play on a short hop, but not in time. So there it is right there in play as Holubsova, considering this is day 3. That one flared out and caught. No need to throw back. Good job by Chin. And I think to your point about not a whole lot of.
So they've made a good adjustment in the outfield.
Alga Hanam. Runner goes. Throw. What a bullet down. DOA. That was nice. And on cue, you talk about popping out of that stance. Back brace on from game 1. And lifts that one up. And that ball is out of this ballpark, right over the Devon Park sign, long gone. Home run for Alga Hanam. A big solo shot with 2 out and a commanding 6-1 lead. So as we come back, right, at least if you start an inning, it's fresh, and whatever's there is yours. That's to the gap, closing and making the catches. Whoa. So that will do it. Good job. Upcline instead of a decline, and that's what she's done. Change up, ground ball off the butt, and over to first in time. So good recovery there from Strachova. All away, right?
It'll be sent in the group chat later for sure. There'll be a meme.
Ground ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Rounding first and into second with a one-out double is Yuling Wu. Swing and a miss. Good job on a drop ball there. That had a little extra on it. Strikeout. Well, I've always wondered why. And that one caught looking, turn the K the other way. Back-to-back strikeouts to end.
Not all players want to take a pitch, right? That is one of the hardest things, is to take a pitch. But if you can be confident in taking a pitch knowing it's not going to be a strike, that's huge discipline. Not only that, but it's going to carry over into your teammates as well, too. Game, they can remember anything. So they're so smart.
Bunt laid down. Good rotation by Chinese Taipei, but well-executed sack bunt by Pamova. And
that's where things start to go wrong, and that's when players start to get hurt. Or you have, like you said, a team comes back and gets you in the last inning.
Well, yeah, and that's, that you could use the analogy in a lot of other sports.
Hit. So not slowing down at all, even though they're up.
That outside, so a walk with one out will bring up the number 9. Throw down, and again, aggressive lead, but back in time with one out. That ball hit out to center field and tracked down by Wu. So runners have to scamper back, and she singled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. Hard hit ball, one hopper, and that was handled neat and tidy by Chien. Told you that girl can play. 6'3", ends at her disposal, and she's working it. The 1-2 is lifted up, and a good job in foul territory, making the grab coming over is Strastova.
I think shaky is a good word, just in this, or can't get a quality piece on.
Yeah, if you hit it hard and pound it in the dirt, that's not so bad. Line and off the glove. So as we speak, that was a line drive by Chien. Go to change, and down she goes. Caught looking, back-to-back strikeouts in this ball game.
And controlled the tempo of it. The hits from Czechia, doesn't matter how hard you hit it because they produced runs. So really impressed with them. And then Chinese Taipei, they can't count themselves out. They have another game to go. But they need to put the ball in play more. So